Fire Emblem. Engage.
Hello everyone, we're Access and Cap. Welcome to Chapter 19 of this Fire Emblem Engage Anything Goes Maddening LTC.
This will be our last battle against Marni with Roy and Mavier with Micaiah. Let's make this match a good one.
Indeed, before doing this run, if you had asked me which chapters might give the most trouble, I would not have listed Chapter 19. A 2-turn clear was already well known, but it's hard to see any hope for a 1-turn.
Taking into account Marni's holdout, the two bosses here effectively have 9 lives in total. They are extra tanky by standing on miasma and surrounded by other enemies, and Marni is quite far from our terrible starting positions. All of these challenges made us dismiss the possibility of a 1-turn.
In fact, for a few days we settled for 2 turns and worked hard to obtain the mysterious Draco shield. But after seeing Arxie's April Fool's video, how can we let it remain just a joke? We're excited to give an early spoiler that we will 1-turn Chapter 19.
A lot of preps are needed for this clear. Back at the Somniel, we did the necessary arena training to reclass Alear into Sword Paladin, Lindon into Lance Griffin, and Panette into Lance General. Who cares about Smash Plus anyways? Meanwhile, Yunaka is very excited to see Micaiah again, so she came out of retirement to cook everybody another rustic egg for +3 strength.
Our biggest investment is in terms of skills. Citrinne lavishes about 3,000 SP books to inherit Weapon Sync from Edelgard, which boosts her player face attack by 5. She will use it alongside Momentum to maximize damage. For that reason, Citrinne also inhaled another Spirit Dust, which we just obtained from the Ancient Well. Ivy has about enough SP to inherit Canter from Sigurd, but she needs 2,000 more to learn Draconic Hex from Corrin. With similar life experiences, Ivy and Corrin are working nicely together.
Kagetsu already got Canter from last chapter, and here he additionally grabs Momentum from Sigurd as well. Even Panette doesn't feel strong enough and decides to inherit Strength and Dex +2 from Edelgard. Strength +2 from Roy would have been cheaper, but right now he's only going to be teaching his holdout. Thankfully, the Watering Hole spits out 1700 SP every chapter, enabling us to just barely afford all of these skills.
As we organize inventory, we see that Sage Diamond and Sage Ember have also been called back to serve. Together with flyers Ivy, Hortensia, Pandrio, and Lindon, they make for a total of 6 rescue and warp staffers to help position the remaining half of our 12 deployed units.
It's really quite a shame that we don't have room for Jade to complete a reunion of the Brody and Sage quartet. But I guess it makes sense because it's challenging enough to deal with one stranded ally in this chapter.
Let's get into this 1-turn clear. First, we make sure that the Edelgard emblem selects Edelgard herself at the start of the turn. Then Diamond Fu moves up to recruit Sapphire right away, who is a great unit except for her Age Fabrication. After trading her longbow, Diamond rescues Ivy to his left. In this game, the rescue tile priority is first based on distance from the rescue target, but when there are ties, then it goes in the order of up, left, right, and down.
Amber follows Diamond to rescue Panette to his right. The tile left of Amber is only traversable by flyers, so Panette is placed into a far more favorable position this way. Lindon then performs another boosted rescue on Seedal, getting him closer to the action as well.
Having boosted Seedal's rescue, Chloe starts our combat by full moving 7 tiles to Raging Storm the bottom of the 3 stationary Royal Knights. Chloe cannot cleanly kill him on Miasma, but she smashes him to make room for herself to Canter. While Chloe shows some mercy, Sapphire kills mercilessly with the traded longbow thanks to Chloe's break with Amir.
Understood.
We now have a clear path towards Mavier. After a warp from Pandreo, Corrin Onigiri full moves to 2 left of Mavier and uses Torrential Roar on him and 2 adjacent Royal Knights. The most important part of this engage attack is to remove the miasma under these enemies and apply Draconic Hex to them. But with max momentum and 20 might from Dragonfang, Kagetsu also manages to chip Mavier for a pretty respectable 6 damage.
Here comes Panette. She engages with Sigurd, full moves to Kagetsu's previous position, and performs the most impressive override, killing Mavier and 2 Royal Knights. She uses Roy engraved Silver Greatlance +3, which is upgraded from the Roy Steel Greatlance that we prepared way back in Chapter 10. Even with 34 might on this weapon, Panette still needs a few more points of strength from her skill and Yunaka's meal for an exact kill of Mavier's first life.
Next, Ivy rescues Seedal and canters forward, before getting danced to chip Mavier with Thoron. Despite her purported hit rate issues, This throw-on hit is reliable because Torrential Roar creates water tiles that reduce avoid by 30. It would be possible to give Ivy a few speed wings here, which would enable her to double in one-round Mauvier with Bulganon. But Boosh spent so many hours getting lost while trying to find the chest last chapter, so we'll be sure to honor his hard work and only use that speed wing in the most dire of situations. Citrinne and Ivy have now both countered into Goddess Dance formation, and Chloe follows suit after flexing her power with another one-hit KO.
Recognizing that not many units are left for 5 remaining HP bars of Marni and Mauvier, Alear requests the best support in the army. After a bonus range warp by Hortensia, Alear full moves to Goddess Dance Ivy, Chloe, Citrinne, and Kagetsu while giving them 10 dex each thanks to cavalry type bonus. Dexterity is not a stat that we normally care about, but it is useful here, and in any case better than resistance bonus provided by the flying type.
With his action refreshed, Kagetsu kills Mauvier's second life with Tomahawk +1 and counters further right towards Marni. This forge was from chapter 17 and is not needed here. Next, Edelgard Chloe takes advantage of adjacent Bile with Alear to finish Mauvier with Houses Unite Plus. At long last, we retrieve the best emblem for LTC. Micaiah will be helping us warp skip, and not having access to staff proficiency for such a long time was also no fun.
I failed.
We now launch our attacks on Marni. Ivy goes first with Coring Engrave Boganon. Bonus crit from Goddess Dance and Kagetsu support gives Ivy 60% chance to crit and chip Marni out of holdout range despite Miasma. Ivy applies Draconic Hex and canters 2 left to be danced by Citrinne.
Wait a sec, XS. There's a problem. To reach Ivy, Citrinne has to walk over a water tile that costs 3 move.
Don't worry, Cap. With Griffin Chloe flying above that tile, she clears the way for Citrinne to dance Ivy.
Very nice. Chloe moves on to kill Marni's first life with Fail Not. She needs to do this with the Flame Gamut to set Marni on fire and remove the Miasma, which is why we had to roll Edelgard among the 3 house leaders.
Marni gains the Binding Blade after her first life, which adds 5 more defense and res. But Roy is still no match for Ling. With Ike engraved Radiant Bow+5, max momentum, weapon sync, spur attack by Ember, a few spirit dust, and a timely magic proc last chapter thanks to our careful XP management, Sniper Citrinne can still barely kill this ultimate form of Marni with Astra Storm at exactly 20 range. This leaves Marni with 1 last life, which is chipped down by the joke tome Tiramistorm as we promised her last time.
Although Tiramistorm was not enough to break Marni's 10% holdout range, the fire damage at the beginning of the enemy phase gets her to 1 HP once more. Thus, Marni suicides to Chloe with her 2-range Binding Blade. Note that the worm could kill Ivy here, but instead attacks Citrinne. This is because it ignores the 50% damage reduction from Lagoose Friend, and thinks that it can kill Citrinne with 100% hit. This is good. Good.
That's chapter 19 cleared in 1 turn. It's probably the last time we see Marni, but her deeds of valor will be remembered.
I'll see you next time for another breather chapter, where we get to taste some more delicious, exquisite pain.
See you later!